What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JrTheOota. Today, finna be reacting to dad murders wife, entire family after they discovered his secret. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button, sub up, follow my Twitch. We go live every single day. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on.
Shelby Neely calmly driving his deceased mother-in-law's car after killing her. What Shelby left behind was one of the most brutal crime scenes Florida police had ever seen.
Well, we're not going bullshit. We know why you're here. It's for the 3 deaths and everything.
What began as a
Whoa, and he just admitted to it like that? This nigga need to... This nigga need to get the pause put on him, chat. What? Nah, Adam, what's up, bro? What's up, Adam?
family welfare check quickly spiraled into a disturbing mass murder investigation with a suspect who would soon describe the killings in chilling detail.
What did you hit him with?
A hammer. I basically killed him with it. Okay. I whacked him again a couple of times.
Bro, God forbid, but imagine dying to a hammer. Every blow, you just losing XP. You losing XP every blow. It's the slowest. It's the slowest type of death you can have, bro.
On the head to give him a quick death. He was dying. Okay. And then I put him out of his misery. I actually got along with her more than my own mother.
Right.
Which is sad. You know, I didn't want to do this shit, man. I didn't want to do any of this shit. But
Shelby's parents, Lisa and Bobby, were little more than kids themselves when he was born in Houston, Texas in the summer of 1993. Lisa claimed that Bobby abused her when she was pregnant and that it got even worse after they welcomed Shelby into the world. In one instance, Lisa claimed that Bobby held a knife to her throat and threatened to kill her as she clutched baby Shelby in her trembling arms. And sadly, episodes like this became more and more common. Things eventually got so bad that Lisa took Shelby and fled to Ohio when he was just 10 months old. Being away from Bobby was like a dream come true. But before long, Lisa got involved with another abusive man. Thankfully, that relationship only lasted a few months. After that, she met a kind-hearted man named Paul who loved Shelby like he was his own flesh and blood. In many respects, Shelby blossomed during that period in his life, but he was eventually diagnosed with ADHD, and the teenage years were difficult to say the least.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I could just tell by his haircut, by his demeanor, by everything that's going on. He used to get bullied in school, chat. He used to get his head dunked in the toilet. He used to get wet willies. He used to get noogies. All of the above. I could just tell. He was that type of nigga, bro. He was that type of kid.
Doctors prescribed medication, but he rarely took it because he didn't like marijuana. Shelby's life was on a steady downward trajectory, but he always looked forward to his yearly visits with his father in Texas. But on one trip, he claimed that his father's wife sexually assaulted him. Shelby kept it secret for years, but by all accounts, it had a big impact on his already fragile mental health. Needless to say, he was absolutely crushed when his father took his own life the day after his 17th birthday.
And one day, after Shelby's 17th birthday, Shelby's biological dad, Bobby, shoots him and commits. After that, everything changed. Everything.
According to his family, he blamed himself for his father's death. Shelby eventually moved.
Damn. After his 17th birthday, too? That is crazy.
Out on his own, and as is often the case with children from abusive homes, he found himself in a number of similarly toxic relationships.
early adult life, I turned 18. I moved out of my parents' house. You know, I'm still in school, I'm smoking weed and all this shit. knock out the girl, and then just somewhere down the lines, I drop out.
W crime time, yes sir. Frank Cobain, do me a favor. Follow my Twitch for me, bro. We live on Twitch right now. Do me a favor. We go live every single day. This is my main TikTok. My reaction TikTok. I can't go live on it right now, but it's called JrTheOota 0. You can search it on TikTok. I'm almost at 5K followers. We go crazy on there. But this is my main TikTok. We still gotta do what we gotta do though. You feel me? I can't go live on my crime reaction TikTok, so we live here, bro. We live on Twitch though, bro. Join the community, bro. I really appreciate it.
Shit was just. I think I just had too much going on my plate.
That's a lot.
This video is called "Dad Murders Wife Entire Family After They Discovered His Secret."
I just was still dealing with my dad's death and everything, so I started lashing out and hitting her and everything, and the marriage ended.
And what was her name?
Her name was Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
Adam was good.
Just because all that stuff happened back in the past, we're on very good terms.
Did she have the child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old was that child?
She is 6.
And what's her name?
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead. I didn't interrupt you.
So I went to jail for domestic violence for like a couple of days, and that was real. I would say a wake-up call, but then it really wasn't, because like I started doing criminal stuff, because then I went homeless shortly after that. So I started going into Giant Eagle and stealing my food and everything, and then I would go to jail for that. So really, like 18 and 19 were like my jail days, honestly. Like I was doing.
Yeah, you definitely got touched up in there. They definitely, I could just tell you crossing your legs and all this other fruity cake shit. Yeah, I could just tell, bro. They was touching his booty up in there in GTA.
Not super bad stuff, but not.
Were you doing stuff to survive?
Yeah.
Or were you doing it just because you were bad?
No, I was doing stuff to survive.
After 6 months of living on the street, he met another young woman named Jamie in the spring of 2015.
I was a manager at Burger King by this point. Her brother was my employee.
And where is this at? What city and state?
This is Ohio. This is actually up here.
Okay.
Where we all moved down here.
Okay.
Ohio.
What city in Ohio?
Parma.
Parma. Okay.
I went home with him one night and to smoke weed. And she was just sitting there in the garage, and we just sort of hit it off from there.
Okay.
I want to say around April 20th.
That's why you don't bring your homeboys around your sisters, your cousins, your aunties. Don't bring them around. Don't bring them around, chat. That nigga probably feels so guilty, cause I think this is the girl's family that he killed, bro. If he would have never introduced them, holy.
April 2015. Okay. And then was it like, it was love at first sight?
Looney, what's the
Yeah,
word?
it was very quick.
Hot and heavy quick.
How you feeling, bro?
And then me, her, and her brother moved down to Florida and shit. And I started dating her and living with her. And that's when shit really started getting bad.
She was already engaged, but she, Shelby, and her brother Nicholas moved to Florida shortly thereafter.
Chilling,
Her
gang.
parents would lie for her. She would come out. She would go into the psych ward. Her parents would lie for her. She would come out. I would lie for her because I was under her control.
I'm doing good, gang. Thank God.
Now, when you say
Appreciate it.
it's like the psychosis that you described, was she seeing?
Looney,
doctor,
follow my
like,
Twitch for me, cuzzo.
Refused to? She on any meds?
She refused to be on any meds.
So
She thought that she didn't need any help.
during the duration that you knew her, she never went to the doctor that you know for her.
We
mental
tried
issues?
to get her there, but she just did not like what the doctors had to say. And so she'd be like, I'm not going there anymore.
Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When you got some mental shit going on, if you just refuse the doctor and just keep trying to do shit on your own, That shit just get more and more and more and more cooked. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It does not get better. Especially if you be refusing to take shit.
It was, every day my kids saw a woman beating on their dad, and I just didn't want that life for them.
Jamie and Shelby were separated and going through a divorce when they had their final confrontation in their home on Norwood Avenue in North Port Richey in January of 2018. Afterwards, he and his kids stayed in Florida for a few more weeks. Then one evening, he went back to Jamie's home, took a shovel from the garage, and dug a deep hole in the backyard under the cover of darkness. Before leaving, he took a few of Jamie's personal possessions, including the cell phone they had shared when they were together. A few days later, he and the kids moved 1,100 miles or 1,770 kilometers north to Elyria, Ohio, about 35 miles or 56 kilometers southwest of Cleveland.
Damn.
Jamie had always been good about keeping in touch with her parents, Richard and Laura Ivanchik, who lived in Tarpon Springs. But they almost always communicated by text, and in mid-January, she started ignoring their messages. Her parents thought this was a little odd, but a few days later they got a message stating that she was okay and that she didn't reply earlier because she was having problems with her phone. Meanwhile, back in Ohio, Shelby found a decent job and even made a down payment on a house. At that point, he just wanted to put the past behind him and give the kids the stable lives they deserve.
Down payment on the crib is crazy. Don't tell me you killed this woman in GTA and now you putting down payments on cribs.
But unfortunately, they had to pack up and move to Texas a few months later because he couldn't find affordable childcare. Shelby and the kids moved in with his grandmother, and he eventually got a job in the oil fields. The living arrangement didn't last long because his elderly grandmother didn't have the energy or patience to watch kids while he was at work. They moved out and got their own place, but once again, it all fell apart because Shelby couldn't find anyone to watch his kids. Money was tight, and raising a family on his own was downright exhausting. And to make matters worse, Jamie's parents kept sending messages to her old phone asking when they would get to see her and the grandkids. At that point, Shelby realized he had to go back to Florida to tie up a few loose ends.
And so I think I just got into a mode of panic, to be honest with you, because that was the first real time that I didn't know how I was going to keep shit together and everything.
Right. At about the same time, Jamie's parents got a text from her phone telling them that she, Shelby, and the kids were coming for a visit. This was music to their ears, but Jamie wasn't with them when they arrived in Tarpon Springs in December of 2018. Shelby told everyone that she was busy and that she would be there in a day or two. He'd always been close with Jamie's parents, and over the next few days, they all had a great time together. At least they did.
Baby did. It was good. It was good.
Until things took a turn, a horrific turn, on December the 14th. A few weeks later.
Nah, on my birthday, chill. Chill. On my birthday, nah. Don't wish that upon me.
Friends and family members got concerned when they hadn't heard from Richard or Laura in some time. On January 1st of 2019, their son, Richard Ivanchik Jr., who lived 5 hours away, called the Tarpon Springs Police Department to request a welfare check.
I live in West Palm Beach, and
you said add me on Jerk, mate. Say less. What's your app? What's your app, my baby?
I'm calling about a possible welfare check of my father. He lives in Tarpon Springs. I've been trying to reach him since just before Christmas, and without any luck. Him and his wife.
Later that day, officers parked on the street and walked up to the
No. This man killed the girl, then visited to Florida, a whole different state, and killed her family too. Nah, you wildin'.
home to make sure the residents were okay. From the outside, the home looked perfectly fine. In many respects, it was just another peaceful, sunny day in the quiet mobile home community. But as the officers approached the front door, they were greeted with the unmistakable stench of death seeping from inside the home. No one came to the door when they knocked and identified themselves loudly. And when they forced their way in, they were confronted with an unfathomably gory scene. There, before them, lay 3 bloody, contorted, and badly decomposed bodies.
Rest in
And
peace.
in one of the bedrooms, they found a number of dead dogs as well. The victims were quickly identified as 71-year-old Richard Ivanchik, his 59-year-old wife Laura, and their 25-year-old son Nicholas. A neighbor told investigators that Laura's Kia Sorento was missing. But that wasn't all. A day or two before, the unidentified neighbor saw a thin young man with a beard digging a hole in the front yard. And even more alarmingly, he apparently had a bewildered child with him. Investigators also discovered that the Ivanchik's daughter, Jamie, was previously reported missing in Pasco County, and that the caller had said she may have met with foul play. From there, it didn't take long to figure out that Jamie was married to and had kids with that young, bearded, thin man named Shelby Neely. But by then, he and the kids were long gone. Investigators didn't know.
This man murked the whole family, bro. This man murked the whole family. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy, bro.
Where Shelby was in the early going, but they suspected that he might be in Ohio since he spent much of his life there. And thanks to efficient interagency communication, local authorities tracked him down there shortly thereafter. And when they did, he was driving his deceased mother-in-law's Kia Sorento. Thankfully, he surrendered without incident. And within hours, a detective from Tarpon Springs arrived in the Buckeye State to interrogate him. This is what Shelby had to say when the detective asked what kinds of parents he and Jamie were.
Wow.
So when it comes to you and Jamie, like how do you think you're doing as a dad?
How do I think I'm doing as a dad?
Yeah.
I
Your kids.
I think I did pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think
Pretty
about?
damn good is ridiculous. Pretty damn fucking good is ridiculous, bro. Bro, you killed the baby's mom and their grandma and grandpa. How the fuck are you possibly doing good? How?
Jamie as a mother, how do you think she does?
She did not do good.
Can you give me some examples of why she didn't do good?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. She's not alive anymore because of what she tried to do.
Next, he described their abusive relationship and the confrontation that led to Jamie's death and how he tried to cover it up.
This is the type of shit she did to me. She,
What was that from? Fingernails, a knife, or
This was a knife. This was a hammer.
the mark right here?
Yeah.
A hammer, nigga?
And you said that she was coming at your daughter, Bella, correct?
Mhm.
And she had what did she have?
She had a knife.
Butcher knife? So she was like raised up? Like
Yeah, no, dude, she was coming at her. You don't understand. When she gets into those modes, I've seen her mom get in front of her, and she smacked her mom like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had schizophrenia, bipolar, and...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, chat. One thing I can say is any nigga or female who puts their hand on their moms, run. Cause if they put their hands on their mother, what the fuck you think they gonna do to you? Nah, dead ass though. What the fuck you think they gonna do to you, bro?
Undiagnosed, right? That's what you think she had? Or was it diagnosed? It was diagnosed. Okay. Okay.
She had definitely, she was, during her childhood,
Hot as
she was
fuck
seeing
in this
nothing but
shit, gang.
psychiatric doctors. There was we'll get into this incident. There was an incident down in Florida where she had an extreme case of psychosis, and I'm sure you can look up all her records and stuff. I'm sure you've seen that she's attacked her parents in the past and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
All that
She
good
just-
shit. Alright,
she
bet.
would get into a mode that she just couldn't control.
Tyson was good.
Literally be like looking into the eyes of a demon. It literally was. So she came at my daughter with a knife after she had like got done severely beating me. And
Severely beating me. You a grown ass man. You a grown ass man. Ain't no girl finna severely beat you. Grown ass man.
there are scars on my body and shit, you know. And I'm not giving myself an excuse, man. I'm just telling you the reason as to why shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come at my daughter with a knife, I don't, I have to stop you.
Right.
And unfortunately, I went too far. I choked her out, and then when the blood started coming out of her nose, I stopped. But
It was too late.
Ew.
And where was that at?
this was at a house. This was the last house that we had down in Florida, and this was about a year ago.
So she's been deceased for a year.
Yes.
So you choke her out, you see blood, you let off of her, but she's already deceased.
She's been deceased for a year. How the fuck is somebody able to cover up for a year? The parents ain't talked to her for a year. They ain't doing no type of missing nothing.
Yes.
Where is she now?
I buried her in that backyard.
She's in the backyard of that home.
Yes, buried.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I lied.
Well, I obviously you're gonna lie if, something like that has happened, but like, who asks you where she is? Like, doesn't Nick go, hey, where's my sister? Or her parents call you? Or
Yeah. And thankfully, I knew her so well. I knew how to act like her. It was weird, man. They never talked to her over the phone or anything. I would just act like her. I was on text message and everything. Just sometimes I would act and react to parents and all this stuff, but I would just feel bad. So I would send them pictures and everything of the kids because they were persistent.
With one confession.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Not one FaceTime call or video call in a year with your parents. That's diabolical, bro.
And already in the books, the detective switched his attention to Jamie's family.
okay, so when was your first thought of I need to kill them?
Oh, it was definitely on my way there.
While you're driving there, you're
Yeah.
thinking to myself, I need to kill them.
Yeah, if I'm going to survive and raise these kids and not get caught. And then I get there.
Because they pose a threat to what you believe was a threat to your custody of your children.
Yeah, well, not even their custody. Me getting caught, and I didn't want them raising my kids. Like I said, they don't know how to raise kids. Alright, so...
Fam, now you lost your family, you lost your girlfriend, you lost your kids, you lost everything. Chalk it, you lost your clothes.
Who you go to first and then second? And
Laura goes to the store, Nick's at work, and that's the perfect time to get Richard. So he's got his back to me.
where's he at?
He's in the, you enter the house, you go to the left, that dining room type area.
Correct. Is
That was
where you
blocked
had,
off by the couch and everything.
yes.
Um,
Where you had the kids' toys set up
yeah.
in there. Okay.
Yeah, that's where he passed away.
Okay. And you said you didn't want him to see it coming.
Yes.
What did you hit him with?
A hammer.
A hammer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I basically killed him.
A hammer.
So I'm assuming when you say where's the first place you struck him with the hammer?
In the back of the head.
Back of the
Oh
head.
my
Right in the middle of the back of the
gosh.
head. You just came up behind him and
Yeah.
hit him. Does he fall?
Yes, he
Just
falls.
falls to his knees, or
No, he's unconscious. And then,
one shot he's out?
well, he's
Unconscious.
unconscious, yeah.
Okay.
And then I whack him again a couple of times on the head to give him a quick death.
Do you remember where on the head?
No, because if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't trying to commit the act in the first place, so I'm not really trying to look. I know I definitely got him right here,
Mm-hmm.
but all I really did was bash him a couple of times and then walk away.
Okay.
And then he passed away.
Did you hear him?
Bash him a couple times and walk away. Wow. Like niggas got a metalhead, right? Just bash him a couple times and walk away, right?
Breathing or
When I did, I would go over there and whack him just to try to get him to be done because I didn't want him to suffer anymore.
Now, when she comes home, does she come in through the front door, that sliding door?
She comes in through the front door.
Through the front door.
They never came in through the sliding door.
Okay.
I don't know if that's important or not. Information for you, but.
So where are you at when she comes in the front door?
Oh, I welcome her and everything, and then she's walking towards the kitchen, and then I get her before she sees anything coming.
So she never saw her husband laying there?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So was she carrying groceries?
She was carrying coffee.
Carrying coffee?
Yeah, which was sad.
Okay, so she's carrying coffee. You greet her at the door.
Yeah, and then
she starts
starts walking towards the kitchen. Still
Okay.
doesn't notice her husband.
Okay.
And then I basically take her out before she can notice anything.
Okay, and where do you hit?
This nigga is sick, bro. This is sick. This is sick. I'm not gonna lie. He been dreaming about this shit since he was 2.
Her
Same place.
back of the head.
Yes.
Okay. She drops immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then.
So she's in the same room with her husband?
No, she's in a different room.
Where?
She is in the living room, walking towards the kitchen. He's in the dining room.
Okay.
Towards the left and everything. Like I said, I don't know how she did not see him.
So she basically walked pretty much right by him, from what you're saying?
No, she did not walk by. Dude, honestly, only 5 minutes.
Probably your adrenaline through the roof, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be like, do you know when Nick's coming home, or is it like, oh shit, I gotta get going, Nick could come home, I gotta get them out of the way?
At that point, I didn't know when Nick was coming home, so you're right. Definitely adrenaline played a big part into it, I think, moving him. But yeah, I got him out there in like 5 minutes, and then I moved her in there, and then I cleaned up all the blood with the mop and everything. And he didn't notice anything when he got home. I finally did get a hold of him.
You killed both of them. We dragged Laura
Yes.
into the bathroom.
Yes.
Rich dragged into the bedroom. We closed the door. Where are the dogs?
I put the dogs in there.
Were they still alive?
Yes. Dogs don't die until like literally the last minute. And,
Like before you leave?
yeah.
Okay. So you just closed the dogs in there with the 2 that you just killed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At that point, Nick's death was the last piece of the sordid puzzle.
You said you wanted to spend one last night with Nick.
Yeah.
But you said you know you have to kill him because obviously you killed his parents.
Yes.
Okay.
Interestingly, Shelby showed no more emotion about killing 4 people than he did when he described killing the Ivanchik's dogs.
This is the one on the rug.
The one in the rug died on his own because you didn't give him his insulin.
Well, he didn't die on. He was dying.
Okay.
And then I put him out of his misery.
How did you do that?
I just whacked him once with the side of the hammer, and he instantly died.
Okay.
I knew that he would die instantly, being that he was a small breed and everything.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Killing the humans, killing the people was already bad enough. But you had to kill the dogs, Mutt. The dogs. What did the dogs do to you? Nah, dead ass though.
As far as the other dogs go, they got put in the bag the last night, and they suffocated and everything.
Okay, so you didn't hit him with the hammer, you just tied the bag shut and suffocated him. Okay.
As the interview drew to a close, he offered a few more chilling tidbits.
Honestly, no offense to them, they were great people, and I did care about them and love them greatly. I did. I actually got along with her more than my own mother,
Right.
which is sad. You know, I didn't want to do this shit, man. I didn't want to do any of this shit. But they just don't know how to raise kids, man. Like, flat out.
Did you pour chemicals on all of them, or was it just Nick?
Just Nick.
Okay. Was there a reason just Nick?
He was the most foul-smelling one, so I was really trying to block out the...
And it looked like, you tell me if you I know you may not remember, like a gallon of bleach, pine sol.
Yeah, all that.
Was that stuff that was in the house, or was that stuff you had to go buy?
No, that was stuff that was already
Just
in
all
the house.
household chemicals that you were had.
Mhm.
What'd you do with the hammer?
Oh, you know what? It's in the house for you guys. It's underneath the bed.
It's in the house that you're in now, underneath the bed.
Oh, no, not my house. It's underneath their bed in their house.
Is it underneath Rich's bed?
Mhm.
Underneath the mattress.
first I was going to put the bodies in those tarps.
Wow.
Wrap them up in the tarp, tie it with the rope, drag them with the rope, like, while it's, on the tarp and everything, tied up on the tarp, and then put them in that hole.
Okay. And when you speak of the rope, you're talking about the one that was laid out on the living floor with the loop, like the boating loop, the stuff you bought at Home Depot?
Yeah.
As for how he felt about what he did, he had this to say.
It's obvious I do hate myself. I mean, if I didn't hate myself, I would be sitting here trying to lie to you to get myself out of this situation.
Well,
like I would with any other situation.
Before calling it a night, Shelby asked the detective for a huge favor.
Shelby, I ain't gonna lie, the name Shelby as another grown-ass man is also diabolical. Why did your parents name you Shelby, Yang?
Since I've been so cooperative, I know it's very highly unlikely, but we both know I'm going to Florida after this. That'll be expedited to Florida. Would there be any way I can see my kids for like 15, 20?
Gang, you killed their mother and their grandmother. You killed their mother and their grandmother. Fuck no, you're not seeing your kids.
20 minutes before I leave. Because this is going to be my last time before I see them, before they're adults.
correct. I doubt it. There's no way I could say that you could. What I can do for you is, if you would like, I can give you this. You can keep this same notebook and piece of paper, and you can write them a letter. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So a piece of paper. Can you do it on 3 pieces of paper?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Shelby had one trial for his wife Jamie's death and another for the death of her parents and brother. In 2023, he was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced.
Look at the difference between back then and now. Holy McNugget head.
To 30 years in prison for killing Jamie. As such, he was already incarcerated when his second trial began a few years later in the summer of 2025. With airtight confessions and tons of corroborating evidence, neither of his trials were particularly dramatic. There were some poignant moments, particularly when Shelby's mother, Lisa, took the stand.
Please tell the jury your full name.
Lisa Svensson.
And do you see Shelby Neely here in the courtroom right now? Can you see him from where you're sitting? Who is that?
That's my son.
I'll show you Defense Exhibit 35. Here's in this photo.
That is Paul, Kirsten, which is Paul's sister, me, and Shelby.
How old was Shelby at the time, do you know?
Oof. 5 or 6, maybe 6.
I'm going to show you Defense Exhibit 50. Here's the young lady in that photo.
That's me.
Do you communicate with him on a regular basis?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Tell the jury about your relationship with Shelby and how it's evolved during the time that he's been incarcerated.
I just feel like we have had a really good relationship since he's been in. I mean, we talk every week, so it's been good. I definitely just have felt that he's matured since he's been here. I know I even said this at one point to somebody that, and I don't want him, no mother would ever want their son to be in jail, but I almost feel like our relationship's even better than it was when he wasn't. But like I said, I'm not saying nobody wants their son in jail, but I understand why.
Would you understand why he's in jail?
Yes, I do understand that.
And based on what he did, you agree that he should be in jail?
Yes.
Okay. Does he tell you that he loves you?
Yes, he does.
Do you tell him that you love him?
Yes, I do.
And will you continue to do so?
I will.
Okay.
When it was all said and done, Shelby rose as the jury delivered its verdict and presented sentencing recommendations.
We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that the first-degree murder was committed in cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes, 12. We, the jury, find by a vote of 11-1 that Shelby Neely should be sentenced to death.
Shelby is currently being held in the Pinellas County Jail in Clearwater, Florida, and his sentencing hearing is scheduled for mid-April of 2026. As of now, we don't know if the...
He's in the Pinellas County Jail? Nah. In Clearwater? Nah. But you too, man. If you like this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, sub up, follow my Twitch. We go live every single day. Thank you so much for watching, man. I'm out of here. Deuces.